Hello, and welcome to ActivInspire Multiple Containers. This training module will show you how to make multiple items on your slide be accepted in a certain container while rejecting the others. So on my page right now I have two boxes and several icons from the resource library. I'm going to make these items here in the middle be accepted in certain boxes on the left or right. So let's start with the reptile box. I'm going to click on it and then open the property browser. Now this container is going to contain keywords because I'm going to have multiple items be accepted by it. Now I'm going to give it a keyword to accept. I'm going to click on the ... and my keywords editor comes up. To add a word, I click the word add and type in the word that I want. So I'm going to put the word reptile and hit OK. I could add multiple words if I chose to. And I could choose reward sounds if I wanted to, but this time I'm not going to have any sounds, and I'm going to leave the returned if not contained as false. Now I'm going to select the other box that says mammals and set it up the same way, but instead of the keyword being reptiles this time, it's going to say mammals. I'm going to select keywords, I'm going to give it the keyword mammal, and leave everything as it is. Now I need to select the items that are on the page that are the animals. So since I grabbed this item from the resource library, it's already got some keywords built in. It's identified as a chimp and it has some keywords. If I click on the keywords to see what they are, there's 5 options that are already pre-built in, and mammal happens to be one of them. So I'm going to leave that be because that's what I want. As long as one of the keywords in there is one of the items that you labeled in your container, it will match. Now I go back down to container and I wanted to return if not contained to be true. Because if I don't get the chimp all the way within the correct box, it will bounce back to where it is. Now I need to set up the same scenario for each other animal on the page. So I can do this by checking its identification in the property browser, making sure that one of the keywords at least is a mammal or reptile, and then making sure that it is returned if not contained completely within that container. So now that I have set each animal to have a return if not contained to true, I've identified each one as a reptile or mammal as a keyword, and I've set each box that says reptile and mammal to accept only those that are labeled as a reptile or mammal. So now let's change our design view over to presentation view. So now that this is blue over here, I'm in presentation mode. So now let's test our slide. Let's try to grab the chimp and put him in the reptile box to see how he behaves. And he bounces back because he is not a reptile. Let's drag him to the mammals box and see how he does. And he stays. Let's try the ferret. Doesn't belong in the reptile box. But he does in mammals. So let's try the iguana. He is not accepted in the mammals box, but he is in the reptiles. And lastly for the snake, he doesn't belong there, but he does in reptiles. So setting up containers to accept multiple items is a good way to kind of make an interactive slide for students to do. And this way you could have multiple things on the page instead of just one to one box.